Today's subject, slavery. Do we know that meme? Hi, if it's your first time here, this is a very unconventional positioning for a PhD vlog, but it happened on accident. It's my first plant. I'm so excited because I want to be a plant mommy. I don't have a green thumb though. I have a rotten thumb and it ends up killing all the plants I have. So I got a spider plant. So today's topic is not slavery. But there are certain things that you can say that will offend a PhD student. It's a very specific kind of trigger for PhD students when you mention anything about timeline. How long have you been doing your PhD? When are you going to be done with your PhD? And it sounds like very common questions that you would ask because you want to show interest. But the thing about a PhD is that there's no specific timeline. Yes, there's guided dates. It's a loaded question to ask when are you going to be done with your PhD, because after you're done with all your research and your write up and accompanying practice based project, if you're doing a practice based PhD, you have to go through a viva, which is where you defend your research in front of a panel or a group of examiners. Most likely going to be very brutal, making sure that you actually know what you're talking about and having the academic resources that support it, and you're just not pulling something out of your booty. Very stressful because there's a number of options that could happen. So one thing I heard that can happen is that they'll demote your submission to a master's. That's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that you could fail, period, and you don't get any kind of like academic result to show for it. More commonly, people will get pass with corrections, can be with minor corrections, with major corrections, or revise and resubmit. I believe minor corrections is 3 months, major is 6, and revise and resubmit is a year. Very rarely would you get like, you're good to go, you don't need any corrections. Coming back to the question of like, how long have you been doing your PhD and when is your PhD done? Because especially some PhD students are part-time and they've been doing this for like 7 years or 10 years. A lot of time can pass by so quickly when you have a separate life going on. This is such a loaded question and causes a lot of anxiety, especially when it's a backhanded question of like, so you're still doing your PhD? It's stressful. You're probably wondering, well, what do I ask then? I want to know when they finish and how it's going. To be honest, I don't think they want to talk about it. The PhD is a 24/7 deal. They're talking about it with their colleagues, their fellow PhD students, with their supervisors every month, living, eating, and breathing, force fed their own PhD. Ultimately, I think they don't want to talk about their PhD. You would be better off not asking them. I know that sounds weird. I say this particularly if you are not part of the academic community. I think with PhD student communities, we want to share what we're going through. Like, oh, I just had my supervision. I just did a conference. It was brutal or it was great. And we're talking about that all the time, thinking about it all the time. So if you're someone that's not from this world, I would say take advantage of that. If you're just like family member or friend not involved in academia, ask them about something else. Invite them to do something fun and get their mind off of like imposter syndrome about what they're doing and if they're even going to pass their viva. Of course, like you want to show that you care about their work. Another way you could be like is if you ever want to talk about your PhD, let me know. Don't put them on the spot. Like, so when are you graduating? Don't do that. It's like standing on the stage and being like, what's taking so long? Be supportive. Don't ignore that they're doing a PhD, but don't keep asking them. Everyone's different though. Again, take this with a grain of salt, of Himalayan salt. I love my research and I love telling people about it, but it's like it starts to be that routine over and over again. Okay, well, I do this and I do that, blah, 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 blah. It becomes a thing that you pull out. And it's even crazy thinking about that. I remember when I was a first year, you kind of don't know exactly what you're doing and you feel intimidated by everything. So I remember when people asked me, what do you do your PhD on? And I'd be like, children's horror. And they'd be like, okay, what is that? What is that? Now it's become like, okay, this is more specific to what I do. The majority are very sensitive to that kind of pressure. Keep that in mind. Check their body language and be a nice person in their life. I do have to pop away. I'm going to go see an 11:30 a.m. screening of Mati Supreme with somebody. I'm excited. I heard a lot of great things about it, so we'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think about this unconventional vlog thing. I feel like I'm... Oh, don't look at the mess though, sorry. I hope you have a beautiful morning, day, or night. Morning, day, or night? Morning, afternoon, or night. Please subscribe if you want to. It sincerely helps a lot. Really, I would appreciate you. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Oh, instead of me covering my hand like I usually do, I'm just gonna see if I can put the plant. Oh, the spider plant needs a name. Help me name it. Bye.